From Kitchener-Waterloo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Acting Premier. Speaker, the government is spending even more money on partisan government ads. The Auditor General calls these ads misleading and points out that these advertisements are, and I quote,
Stop the clock. I'm trying to explain that you cannot say indirectly what you cannot say directly. Even quoting somebody else using that language is not acceptable in this House. The member will withdraw. Carry on.
These advertisements are spending tax dollars to reinforce the partisan messaging of the Ontario Liberal Party, unquote. Can the Acting Premier explain why she thinks government ads should be presenting their own messages whose only purpose is to help the Liberal Party?
Thank you.
President of the Treasury Board.
Thank you very much, and I would like to remind the member opposite that our legislation, which is the strictest in Canada by far, actually bans partisan government advertising. It provides a clear definition of partisan advertising. You cannot use the name of any member of this House, government opposition. You cannot criticize or support any member of this House. You cannot use any partisan logo. There is very strict.
Subtle reminder, we are in warnings, and I will continue to use them. And what comes after warnings are naming. Finish, please.
Liz.
So we have a very strict advertising regime, but what we do is share information with the public. So we have shared information with the public about vaccinations that are available for children.
The member from Hamilton East Stony Creek is warned. Finish, please. Inches away from being named. Finish, please.
Yes, we've shared information about changes in the rules for childcare and to help educate parents on how to distinguish between what's licensed childcare, what's not licensed childcare.
Answer.
How do you respond if you think there's a problem in childcare? Those are all things that we have spent money on advertising.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, everyone in this House knows that that government watered down the advertising rules in this province. Everybody. And the auditor knows it as well, and she's called you out for it, and everybody knows about it. The practice of using government-funded ads to bankroll the Liberal Party's re-election adds insult to injury for the people of Ontario. Parents sitting in hospital rooms with sick kids have to watch commercials claiming this government has reduced emergency room wait times. Meanwhile, in Kitchener-Waterloo, our local hospital is fundraising for emergency room residents to address the wait times. Instead of looking out for Ontarians who are waiting for health care, this Premier has been solely focused on getting herself re-elected and using government money to hold on to power. Speaker, will the Liberal Party pay back the money that they spent on partisan advertising in this province?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. President.
You know, it's really interesting, and I understand that the member opposite wasn't actually a member of this legislature when we brought in the original government advertising bill in 2004, the one that she claims that her party is so strongly supportive of. But in fact, if you go back and check the voting record—
The member from Leeds Grenville is warned. You're close.
If you go back and check the voting record in 2004, the NDP voted against the legislation that they say they want to defend. And one of the members of the NDP caucus at the time is the current leader of the third party. Now, the member who's asking the question may not remember that. We remember it, and the public record of Ontario remembers that the NDP voted against the legislation they are defending.